Hey guys, Mooty here, and today I have a battle against Nagi, and his channel will be in the description. He's just getting back into commentating and stuff, so you can feel free to check out his channel. And today's goal is 300 because you guys have been providing me the best support ever. I also wanted to mention that the 12 days of Christmas giveaway is still going on, and I usually just give away Pokemon through my social media because that's the easiest way for me to do it, and I'm giving away a different Pokemon of every single day of the week. So, we've got Greninja. You know what? I was gonna write this down, but I'm just already running out of time, so I'm just gonna snap a photo of this because I did not expect to be that strapped for time. So really quick, obviously Greninja is gonna be a huge problem because it always is, but I'm gonna lead off with Landorus on the off chance that he leads off with Greninja in order to try and kind of deal with that there, and we'll see where it goes from there. Really, if I manage to set up Stealth Rocks with Jirachi, that'd be nice. My phone literally just died with the team preview. So from my memory, Greninja, he had Whimsicott, he had a Jirachi, and he had Zygarde. I remembered 4 out of 6 right now, so it's better than nothing. He does lead out with Greninja. As long as Greninja is not scarfed, I can outspeed it, so I'm just gonna go for a U-turn. So I could get a good amount of damage off from Greninja. That's all I'm happy about right now, and actually take it out. So fantastic being able to take it out first turn, because otherwise Greninja is just alright, that's just a huge problem that I want to get out of the way right now. And then I could easily go into my Greninja and just put pressure on his team because Greninja is a really difficult Pokemon to deal with. Or I could just go into Lopunny and get my Mega out on the field. Or I can also go into Heatran because Greninja is gone. I might be able to set up my Stealth Rocks if I do so. So I think Heatran is a pretty good option. Might still be able to get up my Stealth Rocks early in the game. And that's what I'm hoping for. I only have currently 4 of his actual full team, so I'm just going off of that right now until more Mons come out, and I'm like, oh, he had that on his team because my phone decided to die. And there's also no Pokemon of the day today because it's kind of late, so I didn't exactly grab one right now. So he goes into Zygarde. I'm obviously expecting an Earthquake or something like that. And the thing is, if he's physical, I could go into Landorus and get a thing off. But what else I can do? I could go into Clefable because I'm unaware. So if he decides to try and set up on me with a Dragon Dance or anything like that, then I can easily pretty much negate that with unaware. And also threaten him by being a fairy type. And the glare, honestly, does not matter because, well, it matters in the sense of moves. Well, not moves, but it matters in the sense of, what am I trying to say? In the sense that I get slowed down, but I could just heal bell it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. Because I figured he was going to withdraw, he's not going to want to stay in on this thing, so the very least I can do is at least relieve myself of a paralysis. And ironically enough, I get paralyzed the turn I want to heal bell. So I already put Jirachi as 1 too, so we already have Zygarde and Jirachi. I already knew of those. So Jirachi can be kind of really annoying because it has the potential to Thunder Wave things, Body Slam things, could be special or physical. Might also potentially have Ice Punch. You don't really know what set it runs. So I'm just going into Heatran right now, just on the off chance he wants to go for a Steel type attack. So Heatran's really the safest option. And we'll see. If he goes for Iron Head, that's what I expected. If he's Scarfed, that's going to get really annoying with the flinches. It does pop my air balloon, but that's kind of the sacrifice I had to make for that. And I'm going to use this opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks because I really don't think Jirachi is a big threat to me, and he does withdraw. So at the very least, I'll get residual damage when the Pokemon come in later on. So he has a Gyarados, so that's useful to know. It might be his Mega. Intimidate would be useful to get off on the Gyarados, or I could just straight go into Clefairy. But I think I'm going to go with the Landorus and get the Intimidate off. He might just, if he has Ice Fang, that's going to be a problem. If he's Mega, he could also just crunch me. But I might as well get the Intimidate off, and on the off chance it does carry Earthquake, because Moldbreaker Gyarados with Earthquake is really good. When it gets into his Mega Form, I might as well get an Intimidate off, and, you know, just kind of continue that. Because he has, like, other supportive Pokemon to where I doubt not Landorus, but Gyarados would be a supportive Pokemon. So he does end up Megaing. I am not a fan of Mega Gyarados, or dealing with it rather. So he does have Mold Breaker, and he goes for a Waterfall, so it's going to be super effective, but at the very least, he's going to be at minus, and I can outspeed. He didn't get up any Dragon Dances, so at the very least, I can U-turn out, still preserve Landorus's Intimidate, just in case I need it later on, and if he decides to stay in, then he'll take a decent amount of damage being weak to it, now that he's a Dark type. As long as he doesn't set up a Dragon Dance, then he's not that threatening. So I'm going to go back into Clefable, because the Clefable set I run is bold, so I'm more physically defensive. So I don't know how much Clefable can handle that, but that doesn't, yeah, that's Clefable, amazing, just amazing. So I don't know if he's going to want to stay in, but he could easily switch out to Jirachi, predicting the Moonblast. I'm going to try and Heal Bell again, because the paralysis is really annoying me. I don't like that chance of being paralyzed and missing out on a turn, so we're going to try and heal the paralysis as he withdraws. The positive thing is going to take a little bit more Stealth Rock damage when he comes in next time, but Clefable, please get a Heal Bell off this time. Clefable, I get you could take hits. Can you, like, relieve yourself of paralysis, please? Just a little. Clefable, I need you to, like, function, and you're not doing it right now. Every single time you come in, you get paralyzed. This is not how we play this game. This is not how my team functions. So, we know he has Iron Head. Go back into Heatran. We know it's a physical set, and I believe Rachi, when it's a physical set, can't carry anything that threatens Heatran. Now, unless he double switches, he has Wish. Wish is annoying. Okay, but at the very least, we know he wants to go into Gyarados. We're going for an Earth Power. I'm not letting Gyarados come in at all. I'm not letting Gyarados come in, because he changed the typing from Flying. Earth Power would still, I think, take him out after Stealth Rocks, if that's what he's trying to do. I'm not letting Gyarados get that Wish off. That's all I'm saying. I'm not letting Gyarados get that Wish off. I'm really hoping that Earth Power takes it out from here, and I really didn't want to risk any sort of misses with Fire Blast. It barely takes it out. Barely takes it out. Alright, well, this is where we go back into Clefable, because Heatran is not doing his job. Ugh. And I think Clefable, this is the second time I tried to heal you. Ironically enough, the turn I try and actually heal myself are the turns I get paralyzed, which we don't exactly enjoy that. So once again, we're going through the waterfall thing, and that does a lot more prior to Intimidate, to where this is going to become an issue. I would not be in this spot if I was able to get a Heal Bell off. At least I wouldn't worry about paralysis. One more waterfall can't take me out, so I have to go for Moonblast at this point. I figured he was going to stay in and hope that a waterfall will kill me, but after that damage, it shouldn't. And thank you, Clefable, for actually getting an attack off. It's unfortunate that and it still didn't even take it out. That's the sad thing. It still didn't take it out. Clefable, man. Man, Clefable. So, I'm dead anyway. On the off chance he wants to switch out, I'm going for the Wish. But he would be kind of silly to do that, because Pawn coming in, he's dead. So, Clefable kind of had to get sacked off here. And we're going to have to go back into Landorus to just scarf and outspeed and do the thing there. Intimidate's kind of, you know, it doesn't really make a difference. So, we're going to have to scarf and outspeed here. Clefable, you almost killed him. You almost got him. Your equal poke. So I'm just going to U-turn out. Like I said, I don't think he carries a Defogger on his team, so he's probably going to sack it off this turn. And we might as well get rid of the Gyarados with the U-turn. So, alright. We got Greninja out of the way. We know Jirachi is support. Whimsicott is obviously support. Zygarde is support because it carries Glare. It might be like bulky offense. So if I really want to put pressure on him, I could go into either Lopunny. I see his Jirachi and Zygarde from what I know. Greninja deals pretty decently with both of them. I forgot his last Whimsicott would be kind of an annoying thing to deal with. I almost feel like Whimsicott might come in, and that becomes a really, really annoying problem. Heatran wouldn't be the best option with Zygarde around. On the off chance, I'm going into Lopunny. I can at least get my Mega out regardless of what comes in. I kind of have a feeling it's Whimsicott if he's expecting me to send out Greninja, but actually it doesn't really matter because he can just send out a counter to my Lopunny. But either way, I want to get a Fake Out up and get my Mega out on the field. At least then I kind of have other things to work with. So Jirachi comes out. Obviously I'm just going to Fake Out to get my Mega. Or I could predict him. Like, because he carries Iron Head, he might carry something like Body Slam, but if I don't, like, it's stupid of me not to Mega. That's the point of this. I am just going to Mega and Fake Out just to get damage off on this. I'm happy I have Rocks on the field, because Rocks are going to pile up really fast. And I still don't know what his last slot is, because I still don't exactly have that on hand. So Fake Out isn't going to do a lot, obviously, because it's resisted. And from there on, I can easily go into Heatran. And I just wanted to get my Mega out on the field. And, like, if I Mega'd and he, for some reason, like, Body Slammed me and paralyzed me, I would really regret it. Because one of Lopunny's, like, primary benefits is that it's so fast and it hits hard. The things that don't resist it are gonna have a hard time dealing with it. So there's a Thunder Wave on Heatran. I'm not too concerned with it. So that's usually that's why I had a feeling, and the reason why I almost didn't want to Mega is because if he was gonna Thunder Wave me, I had Limber, and Limber prevents me from getting paralyzed. So he's got a Whimsicott who wouldn't want to deal with it. Whimsicott is the one thing, well, not the one thing, Whimsicott is another thing that I don't want to deal with. So if he withdraws, it might be into Zygarde to resist fire. So there's the Zygarde, and hopefully we get some damage off on this. That's really all I'm going for. Like breakthrough, paralysis, and don't miss a fire blast. So we can get some damage off on this. Not a lot at all. This thing's bulky, but us losing Clefable is kind of a really, really, really big problem. On the off chance that he's gonna Dragon Dance, because that's what this set can do, it's either Dragon Dance or Coil, then I want to get an Intimidate off. They're usually physical, and I want to get an Intimidate off. Earthquake, definitely fine. And the only thing is that Landers can't do much to it. So kind of as a last-ditch effort, I'm knocking it off because I really feel that no other honestly, Extreme Speed after that actually leaves me at 1. I'm like, live, yes. So I actually have utility of this thing because I don't think he carries Stealth Rocks on his team. So I still have utility of this thing, but the only thing it actually might help me against is Zygarde. So I don't know if I want to, the thing is, I don't know if I want to keep him around just for Zygarde, like, But at -1, Zygarde doesn't pose much of a threat to Lopunny, so I'm really hoping I don't see a Glare. I'm hoping that I don't see a Glare. Okay, it just goes for Dragon Tail, which is fine. Like, please no Glare. I'm like, it's risky, but I really don't want a Glare. And now, Heatran, the thing is, Heatran's so important because Jirachi cannot do anything to it. So I need Heatran. So Landorus, you can put this thing at -2, and this is like the perfect opportunity to honestly sack it if I have to. Obviously at this point he knows I'm Scarf, but putting this thing at -2 is perfect. I'm happy to do that. And he ends up going for Earthquake again. He has Earthquake, Dragon Tail. He has Glare, and I don't exactly recall the last one, but I'm just going to go for Earthquake here, and he's going to go for Extreme Speed, so it doesn't matter. Now, if I want to put pressure on his team, I can go into Lopunny. I can also go into Greninja, honestly, even better, because Whimsicott doesn't want to come into that. Jirachi's going to be scared of a Dark Pulse, and his last slot, which I can't remember for the life of me, really may not want to deal with that, but if he decides to switch this Zygarde out, then either way, whatever comes in isn't going to want to deal with any of Greninja's other attacks. We might see what his last slot is now. No, it's still Jirachi coming out. That's actually fine, because I can just Dark Pulse, unless he's banking on me not having Dark Pulse. But the thing is, I haven't gone for U-turn yet. And another problem that might come up is if this set is especially defensive, then we're gonna run into an issue of it not killing and me ending up Thunder Waved, and I don't want to risk that because Jirachi is still at way too much health to where I feel safe Dark Pulsing. Because even though it is super effective, if Jirachi ends up being specially defensive, which it very well might be, then a Dark Pulse isn't going to kill, even though it is Protean with Life Orb. It's just not going to kill because it's at nearly full. So I don't feel safe doing that. And if I switch out, it also might put him in a position to think that I don't have Dark Pulse and I don't have anything to hit him with. So maybe later on, he would feel a lot safer coming in with Jirachi. The thing that I'm kind of scared right now of is Whimsicott. That is the one thing that I really don't want to deal with. So, imagine I went for the... Imagine I went for the Ice Beam again, but I wouldn't have. It's awful. I would not have done that, like, ever. Thing is, what do I do now? Like, I have to keep Heatran around for Whimsicott and Jirachi. I have to. I have to keep Whimsicott around for that. Thing is, if he Dragon Tails me and get... his only Dragon type attack seems to be... It just seems to be Dragon Tail, which isn't that threatening. It just depends on what gets taken out if he happens to go for it. So I'm happy to see Earthquake again. Earthquake, Glare, Dragon Tail, and Extreme Speed is his whole set. So, yeah, I should totally defog right now, help him out. I could Draco. I could Size Shock. But Draco for damage is the best thing. Like, Jirachi might come in, but Jirachi's going to take a lot. And depending on how much it takes, it might help me gauge what type of, I guess, set it might be. I really wish I was running my Hidden Power Latios because I actually like keeping Hidden Power on this. You see so many Scizor switch into Latios thinking they're safe when they're really not. So, like, the thing is, he has Wish, and at this point, he's probably gonna go for it, and this thing is bulky, and I don't like bulky. We're not gonna deal with bulky. So he's so safe to just go for Wish right now. And that's why once I get Zygarde out of the way, things are gonna be so much easier. It's just that I cannot risk Latios getting paralyzed. Absolutely cannot. And I don't know if he carries Protect, but having the Zygarde come in and, like, take not a lot of damage does not sit well with me. I'm just going for Earth Power. He might try and Iron Head me to flinch. Yep. Iron Head to flinch. Can we, like, not... Can we... Yep. That's what you do, Jirachi. That's what you do. You frustrate people. It's kind of like the one chance I had to, you know, do a lot of damage to it, and the odds are not in my favor. So this battle is going to carry on for a while, I'll tell you that much. I just have to break through his Zygarde. So at this point, he's probably going to switch back into Zygarde, in which case, Latios, I can kind of, at least put him in a spot where, he knows he can't do anything to Heatran. That's why Heatran is going to stay. And Jirachi withdraws. He probably goes into Zygarde. And that's where I bring out my Latios. It's really not going to help that Latios might have been more effective to go into Greninja. But Greninja is like, I need to keep you around to deal with Jirachi. But Latios comes back out. And I could Draco again, get a bunch of damage off on Jirachi. It's not going to be enough. We do the whole dance. But Draco's my strongest attack, and I gotta go for it. As annoying as it is, I gotta go for it. And this is where we see Whimsicott. I would love to take this thing out. I really would. Oh right, I forgot, it's Fairy type. I turned Fairy type this gen. This is another reason why I really would have loved to have a Fire type deck. But yeah, I turned Fairy type this gen. But like I said, Heatran needs to just stick around because Heatran's another way to deal with this thing. Both Jirachi and Whimsicott, so Heatran has to stick around. But that's how he knows that he has to keep Zygarde around. So, one way, I forgot if this is my taunting Heatran. I somehow doubt it is. But I'm just going for Flash Cannon, as it's gonna be like the Leech stall set. I'm not exactly a fan of playing stall on Wi-Fi, but that's just what we're gonna go for, and I'm gonna try my best to narrate. And then that's where paralysis happens. This is why I really wish I had Clefable around, but we got his most threatening Pokemon out of the way, that being Gyarados and Greninja, to where I just have to kind of deal with the stall. So, I apologize if through this narration I get tired, because I realize this is going to last a while. This is going to last a long while. And there's another paralysis. Can we play a drinking game with the amount of times I get paralyzed this match? I wonder, because we probably can. This is where Grass type would become really useful, but the fact that Heatran's already down to half does not sit well with me at all. And this thing should not even be in here right now. It really shouldn't. Paralysis just like, it's one of the most annoying statuses. I just want to get Zygarde out of the way. A stunt 3 turns. I hope you guys took 3 shots in a row, because that's what this is turning into. Alright guys, enjoy, because this is going to be a long match. And the thing is, I can't really switch into anything because I need everything. And I don't want Latios to get paralyzed. I need Heatran for Jirachi. I'm just, like, I have to keep going for Flash Cannon. This is what it's turned into. I have to keep going for Flash Cannon, because all he has is lead. Okay. If I stop the narration anytime soon, you guys will know why. Are you drunk yet? Because if you're playing a drinking game with this, you would be drunk by now. So we finally get an attack off after how many turns? 4? 3? 4? In this game, in Wi-Fi, it just ends up being, the amount of, like, health I'm at now is kind of ridiculous relative to what, I was at before. It's kind of really ridiculous. Deep breaths. We're just going for Fire Blast, even though Just gonna go for another sub. What? Okay. Really, one day I'm gonna go back on this game and I'm gonna play a drinking game and we'll see how far into this game it takes for me to get hammered. I say halfway. Because trust me, at this point, this probably isn't even the halfway mark. So, it probably is not even the halfway mark. It doesn't even, no, it's not the halfway mark. So, honestly, if I died this turn, I would be so happy because I wouldn't have to deal with this thing having another substitute up. Because the chance of me getting paralyzed apparently is close to like 99% in this battle. Because the amount of para throughout this whole battle has been, yeah. So who thought this status attack, not attack, but who thought this status move was a great idea? Never mind the fact that it just slows you down, but there's also the fact that you literally miss out on turns and turns of use. So, but if you're still watching this, then I applaud you. I really do, because I believe we're like maybe 20 minutes into the match now. I mean, the battle timer has run down to like 34 minutes, and that's saying something from being at what, like 60? If this battle ends up being half an hour, I sincerely apologize. I really do. So, with that said, I want nothing to get paralyzed, but because this is a prankster piece of crap, I have no option. So, this is where we go into Mega Lopunny. We get a fake out off, and from there, really, I don't even know, honestly. Because my PC is at, this is how long this battle has been going on. My PC was at 100%. Well, not 100%, but it was it was somewhere there. And I actually have to plug it in at this point. So, obviously, he's going to try and paralyze me. So, I'm trying to continue to stay in the frame. Got it in. I got it in. And we're just ice punching. It's like, alright, there's stun spore. What else was gonna happen? Because realistically, what else was gonna happen? Nothing. And that didn't even take it out. So, he probably has enough to make a substitute. But we're just going for a return. Just going for a return because he's not going to go into Zygarde. If anything, he's going to go back into Jirachi. So we might as well get a bit more damage off than we can with Ice Punch. So we might as well go for the return. And the thing is, I could go for a high jump kick, but guess what? We're going to get Iron Head flinched to death. So nothing resists it, so it doesn't even matter. At this point, honestly, I admit defeat because I'm going to get Iron Head flinched to death. I bring something else in, and I guess he predicted me to switch out, so I went for a high jump kick. Right to the face, indeed, and realistically, there's nothing else I can do other than high jump kick to the face, and that proves, if you were doubting that this Jirachi was especially defensive before, that should tell you enough. So, this is where the Iron Head flinch comes in. So, yeah, yep. So, can we play a drinking game with the amount of hacks I get this game? Because we'll be hammered, like, I swear, we'll be hammered like 20 minutes in. It's gonna be a fun night. So, we are gonna sit here and get told that we're gonna get flinched. Yep, good. Can you tell my frustration yet? Because trying not to show it. If you make it all the way through this battle, honestly, round of applause, because I have no words. That's why. I have no words. But, you know what? This is where Greninja comes in, and Greninja hopefully deals with the stupidity that is Jirachi. Get rid of Zygarde, and whatever the last thing is, because I have no idea. But either way, we're going for a Dark Pulse, because I want this thing dead. And if a Dark Pulse doesn't kill it at that range, then I lose hope in everything, ever. So, please. This thing was so annoying before it got the, the nerf. I mean, hindsight, I should have probably switched into Greninja, but I just didn't want Greninja to take anything, like any damage. So, we have what, like 3 more left, a Whimsicott, which is at low, a Zygarde, which dies to an Ice Beam, and yes, this thing comes in. This thing is going to, guess what? Stun Spore me! But, this is where we Ice Beam, and hope we don't get paralyzed. Can the hacks be in our favor? Because I really want to know. Thank you! Thank you, Greninja. Even though you're still paralyzed, at least you take out the Whimsicott. So, although at this point a paralyzed Greninja is a pretty useless Greninja because everything else kills it. Now, I just need like some sort of... Okay, let's see what the last thing we have to do. Alright, Porygon Z. Totally forgot. Porygon Z. And I would love to go for a Gunk Shot on this thing, but not Gunk Shot, Hydro Pump on this thing, but the hacks has not exactly been in my favor this game, so we're not. I almost wanted to do this post commentary, but I feel like I would have developed way too much rage within it for me to want to post commentate it. So yeah. Try attack. That's probably gonna kill me. Probably. Yep. So, I'm left with a Latios, and problem is, I can't, well, Zygarde. The thing is, I think I can I'm going for a Draco. I'm like, well, this game hates me, and Zygarde is dead. Actually, it honestly wouldn't be bad if it missed, as weird as that is. But yeah, Draco's gonna kill this thing off, and then we're left with the Porygon Z that I'm gonna have to Draco. But him switching out, hey look, a crit when it didn't matter. Thank you, hacks gods. I'm sure you love me. That's just like so spiteful, because I'm not even sure if I got anything in my favor this game so far, but you know how it goes. It's not exactly how the game likes to play it. So I'm just better off going for a Draco Meteor and just like, oh, actually outspeed. I mean, if I get to kill, if there's any time a crit could be useful, it would be now. It would definitely be now. Came close. Came close. It's okay. You tried, Latios. And you're definitely dead to an Ice Beam. We tried to beat the hacks, but we couldn't, because the hacks just hates us. So, if you want to like this video for my struggles, if you made it this far, then feel free to do that. I would highly appreciate it. And as always, I love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and bye.